If you have a hard time putting action towards your goals, then this video is for you because in 2025, I really need you to stay committed and stick to your goals. I'm going to be providing you with 10 daily habits and systems to help you achieve big goals in 2025. If you're ready to make 2025 your most successful year yet, then join me on the walking pad. Let's increase the momentum. Want to see some motion in 2025. Anytime someone should run into you, they should see the hotter version, the healthier version, the wiser version, the more evolved version of you based on the work that you're doing. Because when you pop out, they will be like, wow, I want what you have. Tell me your secrets. What have you been doing? I have been working on myself without the validation of other people. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, my beautiful people. We are currently on the walking pad. We're getting ready to get in some steps, and I want you to get up and get in some steps with me because in today's video, I am going to be pretty much giving you the breakdown of 10 daily habits and systems that have helped me over the years achieve big goals. And I really want this to be your year. This is going to be the ultimate guide to setting goals in Q1. Let's just increase the speed on our walking pad. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Shanice, and on here I talk about becoming your best self, becoming your own dream woman, and not a cutout image of anyone else, sticking to your goals and actually putting action to your words. This is harder than I thought. I'm going to be covering 6 key areas that you need to focus on. Number 1 being your spiritual growth. Number 2, health, wellness, and nutrition. Number 3, personal development. Number 4, financial growth. Number 5, organization and productivity. And lastly, number 6, rest and recharging. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, I hope along this video you subscribe, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it helps out the channel. Number 1, wake up 1 hour to an hour and a half earlier than you usually do so that you can get ahead of the day. Pretty much when I wrote out all of these habits, a lot of these things I had to do in order to become really successful over the years of being an entrepreneur, being a professional athlete, and also starting my channel on YouTube. So listen, till this day, I still feel like there's not enough hours in the day for me to achieve all of my goals. And so I implemented waking up an hour to an hour and a half earlier before 2025, just to get into my routine naturally. I wanted to wake up without feeling really exhausted. And now I can wake up earlier than I usually do and get my stuff done, get my non-negotiables done, get my morning routine done, get some reading in, meal prep if I need to. I do my fasted cardio every single morning as well, just because I'm getting up an hour to an hour and a half earlier. And this is going to require you to go to bed earlier as well. So I did give myself a bedtime where I'm in bed by 9 and I'm winding down and heading to bed by 10:30. And I used to wake up at 7. Now I wake up around 5:30 to 6, but I'm out of my bed by 6. Must. It has to happen, or else I'm going to be behind in the things that I need to do. I don't have a 10-step skincare routine. I do have non-negotiables in my morning routine that allow me to be productive, successful, clear-minded, focused, crushing all areas of my life from the start of my day. So it's really important for you to prioritize what you can get done at the beginning of the day, especially if you are a parent and you're like, oh, I always feel like there's not enough time in the day for me to get things done. Then yes, get up earlier than your kids, get up earlier than your spouse, the people in your home. Get up earlier and get your stuff done. This is going to help you to feel organized and productive. So first thing in the morning, I need you to use your time to meditate, to add to yourself, to fill your cup. I also fill my cup with hot water and lemon juice, or if it's lukewarm water with glutamine and lemon juice. A lot of you guys know my routine by now, but I do a lot in the morning within that hour that gives me energy, that boosts my energy, that fills my cup. So when I go out into the world, I can be of service. My energy is up. I'm feeling good in my body. I'm not bloated. I'm not tired. I'm not groggy. And honestly, you just start your day with that glow and it continues throughout the day and throughout the week. Which leads to number 2, I need you to have a non-negotiable morning routine. That is so important. A structured morning routine sets the tone for your day and aligns your actions to your goals. My morning routine consists of 3 things: water, lemon juice, and glutamine. However, if I'm having hot water, then I'm not having glutamine, because you do not want to mix the two, hot water and glutamine. Right after that, I choose an area in my home to meditate, to go through my journals, to sit down and do my devotionals and have time with God. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and a lady had mentioned we can spend all this time on our phones, but when it comes time for God, we give him 5 minutes to say thank you, good morning, and then go about our day. So this year, I really wanted to be intentional with the amount of time that I'm investing in giving myself to my spiritual needs. And so that is one thing that I need to do every single morning. It's a non-negotiable for me. And I honestly feel so good and full of clarity going into my day. The third thing that I do is my fasted cardio. I do 30 minutes every single day. I'm soon going to be adding in some jogging and some running. I also have a bike in this room as well. It's winter outside and your girl is not into being cold. And so that is my top 3 non-negotiables first thing in the morning. So that is what I spend an hour doing ahead of my schedule. This system for me helps me to nurture my spiritual, my health, and my nutrition goals. So you really have to come up with a non-negotiable routine that is going to add to you and make sure it aligns with your goals in 2025. Number 3 is going to be nourish your body with an intentional first meal. I know a lot of people will say, I don't like eating first thing in the morning. And listen, you don't have to be someone who, not everyone can stomach food first thing when they wake up. Honestly, for me, after I'm done my cardio and also having my water with lemon, I'm opening up my digestion. I'm getting my body flowing and preparing myself to consume throughout the day. And I'm hungry. Plus, I've got a lot of muscle. When you're training, everything just needs to align, right? And so whether you're going to eat first thing in the morning or you're just someone who doesn't stomach whole foods first thing in the morning, you have many options, and you can also include an eating window. So maybe you're not somebody who eats at 8 a.m. You can eat at 10 a.m. But when you eat at 10 a.m., you should not be in a drive-through. You should not be eating a bunch of carbs first thing in the morning, or grease, or sugary beverages, or sugary meals first thing in the morning. Okay, to not be doing any of that, because that's not going to align with the dream body that you want and desire, with the clear mind that you would love to have, with the energy to go after your goals and not feel burnt out throughout the day. No, because you're not fueling your body properly. So what I need you to do is go on Pinterest or go on Google and look for simple breakfast items for someone who doesn't like eggs. Simple breakfast ideas for someone who doesn't like to eat first thing in the morning. If you cannot stomach whole foods, you can make a protein shake. You can incorporate so many nutrient-dense herbs and superfoods and protein powder and a lot of ingredients that are going to add to your health overall. Rather than consuming foods like bagels first thing in the morning that are not going to do anything for your health. They're not providing any nutrients whatsoever. You really have to be choosy with the fats and the carbs that you're consuming and the sugar first thing in the morning. The first meal of the day is crucial to fuel your energy and support your health goals. So, I really need you in this season to plan ahead and start to do your research on what meals, what food items you are going to start to add in to your morning routine, whether you're eating at 8 a.m., at 10 a.m., or at 12 p.m. That first meal is so crucial to your health goals and how your body functions, your body and your brain. Number 4 is going to be replace aimless scrolling with learning something new. Whether you're in your 9 to 5, you're in school, you're working from home, you're an entrepreneur, it's so important to just start learning things and put your phone down for a second. Okay, and less aimless scrolling, less watching what other people are doing, less comparing yourself, less feeling like you're behind, and actually start learning and adding to your knowledge, adding more to your palette, and becoming passionate beyond what you see on social media. Rather than wasting time on social media and TV, I need you to use this time to grow and invest into skills. Now, I'm not asking for an hour of your time. I'm asking for 15 minutes. 15 minutes a day to learn something new. So, I need you to dedicate at least 15 minutes to either reading, watching something educational, something that you're going to learn from. It's going to add to you, or even listening to a podcast. One more thing here. Consider a stimulation cleanse if you find it really difficult to detach from digital distractions. So for me, I've actually taken a social media break from Instagram for the last 2 months, almost 3, maybe more. And I've done it a lot. I did a lot in 2024, and I will continue my break. I just find that I'm in a season of glowing up and going ghost behind the scenes, working on myself, adding to myself, rebranding myself as well. So when I pop out, be shocked. You're going to be like, wow, oh my God. In this life, all I want to be doing is getting smarter, wiser, hotter, healthier. Honey, anytime you run into me, you are going to see the better version of me. Anytime someone should run into you, they should see the hotter version, the healthier version, the wiser version, the more evolved version of you based on the work that you're doing day in and day out. Behind the scenes, when no one is watching, that integrity that you hold so close to your values, yes. Because when you pop out, they will be like, wow, I want what you have. Tell me your secrets. What have you been doing? I have been working on myself without the validation of other people, without letting people know what I'm up to. I'm just in my own element right now. I'm hibernating. I'm getting ready for what God has for me. And sometimes you have to take yourself from those digital distractions, from the world, from the noise, and you need to work on yourself. And that is what I told myself. If I want to reach a higher level, I have to separate myself to learn, to read. And of course, I take time to rest, and I go and I hang out with my loved ones. But I don't need to showcase all of that on a platform for validation or for people to know what I'm doing or where I am. Number 5 is going to be keep your mind and your space calm and clean. A clutter-free environment leads to a clutter-free mind, reducing your stress and boosting your focus. And that is what we want in 2025. So here's what I need you to do. In 2025, I need you to start cleaning up after yourself. Clean up as you go. Stop putting things off to the side. I'm going to do it later. Then it starts to pile up, and then you start procrastinating, and then you keep distracting yourself so that you don't do it. Listen, if you want to be a boss, If you want to be successful, you want people to take you seriously, if you just want to be that girl, because you got to be organized, you got to be on top of your stuff, you got to be put together. Like, we're not meant to have it all together, but if you are just messy, lazy, disorganized, those are bad traits that should be broken in 2025. There is no more I'm making any excuses for my bad behaviors and my bad habits. If you really want to glow up and you want your space to reflect that, you need to actually clean as you go. You need to organize as you go. You need to pick up after yourself. I have a man. And there's no way I'm going to be spending my precious life picking up after a grown man, nor a grown woman. And look, a man's got to do it and a woman's got to do it. Y'all need to clean up after yourself and stop leaving things behind. You know, putting your pile of mess on other people and you don't want to deal with your own stuff. If you don't want to deal with your life, if you don't want to deal with your garbage, I'm sorry, but no one's coming to save you. Okay, or hire a cleaning lady. Tidy up as you go so you can avoid leaving your mess for later. This honestly helps me so that when I get to the weekends, I don't have to spend my weekends cleaning or going to the grocery store to be in lineups with a bunch of families or just, the crowd. I'm not one to enjoy something like that. So I like to go and do my grocery shopping during the week. I choose a dead hour where I can go grab my groceries in an hour and get back home, an hour or less. Sometimes I can go through Costco in 20 minutes, and sometimes I can head to the smaller grocery stores, and I've done it all in an hour, driving from A to B to C to make sure I get all of my groceries. And then I can save my weekends to quickly put in a laundry load. While there is a load in the laundry, I am doing my meal prep. And then I'm ready to go for the week. I can go out for brunch. I can do whatever I want. I can lounge around. I can go to the mall. I can do whatever I want because I clean up as I go. I also meal prep. You have to start to create a structured routine that's going to work for you, especially if you want to incorporate health and wellness into your routine. It's going to require you to be very on top of your stuff and very disciplined and organized because you're going to need to meal prep. You're going to need to prep your veggies and your meats and your proteins and understand your carbs and make sure that you have things in place so that you're not constantly running to the grocery store. And yeah, if you want to glow up and be that girl, then you need to get on top of being organized. Number 6 is going to be rest and rejuvenate regularly. Regular rest activities recharge your body and your mind, allowing you to perform better in all areas of your life. For me, my active rest is going to be going to a day spa or getting a massage. Anything that is going to add to me, that's going to make me feel softer, but also fill me up with energy because throughout the week, I'm constantly pouring my cup. I'm constantly filling up other people's cups. All right, my mic died, so sorry guys. You're going to be hearing maybe this treadmill for the rest of the time. So yeah, throughout the week, I'm constantly giving my energy to people. So I want to make sure that while I'm resting, whether I'm going to bed early, whether I'm taking a bath and going to bed early, or just meditating or doing a yoga class, like something that's, I wouldn't say Pilates is going to be filling my cup because I'm actually giving my energy. I want to be given energy. And so I'm going to be given energy when I'm getting a massage or when I'm just relaxing and someone's pampering me, taking care of me, maybe a facial. Rest is so important, like intentional rest, eating a nice meal that's really full of nutrients, that's going to provide energy to your body. Those things are so necessary to do. For me, I do it weekly. I get a massage once a month, and day spas, I'll probably go every other week. And cooking something healthy and nourishing to my body, I do that very often. And then for rest, like daily rest, I definitely go to bed earlier. I take a lot of bubble baths or a steam shower. or sitting in the sauna at the gym, like doing all of those things, or just sitting in meditation and listening to soft music so that my energy is a lot softer and I am not so stressed out. Because if I'm stressed, it's not a good thing. Like when you're stressed, it's not a good thing. And people feel when you're stressed or when you're operating out of stressful, desperate energy. And so you want to be in your calm, feminine, sexy, soothing, seductive energy. So limit my phone use just so that I'm not overly stimulated. So I will oftentimes spend more time on YouTube than on Instagram, because I find that on YouTube you're constantly learning something. For me and the channels that I watch and consume, I'm always learning something, but you got to take time away from learning as well to fill your cup and to ease your mind, because your brain also needs a break from all of what you're consuming and learning. And sometimes you just need to be, maybe even do an inner child activity. A lot of adults are into coloring, into painting, into dancing, into cooking lessons, into language lessons. There's so much that you can do in your resting activities that is going to fill your cup and add to you. Number 7 is going to be check in weekly, all for accountability. I think I mentioned this a while back, to make an accountability list of all the things that you need to get done in the day, or maybe if it's a weekly check-in or a daily check-in. Personally, for me, I do a weekly goal check-in where I have a book for my goals and I go through the list of, did I do this, did I do that, did I finish this, check things off. I like it written down so I can check it off. That way, again, I'm away from my phone and not so reliant on my phone. And for your daily checklist, say you're struggling with committing to doing your steps, say you're struggling with drinking your water, say you're struggling with eating clean food, all of that, right? Say you're struggling with reading a book. If you have a checklist on your fridge or in your space where you can check things off, like, oh, okay, I did, but I forgot to do that. Okay, tomorrow, let me aim to do this and do this. Right? Then by the time you get to the end of the week, you will see all of the efforts that you put into your week of trying to become a better you. Especially if you're struggling and you do not have a personal coach, life coach, a trainer, a nutritionist, a therapist. If you feel like you don't have any support, that accountability list is going to be your support guide, because you're going to be able to check those boxes off and make sure you hold yourself accountable. If you didn't have a good week last week, you can definitely have a better week next week. Make sure you start checking those things off. And maybe you reward yourself at the end of each week. That doesn't mean going to go and splurge at your favorite stores. That just means maybe you actually go and take yourself out for a massage or do one of those restful activities that I mentioned. If you have a weight loss goal and you're looking to hold yourself accountable to achieving your goals, then taking pictures every single week in the same or similar clothing item is going to help you track your progress. I know a lot of people like to track their progress by stepping on the scale and then becoming discouraged. But what I do with my clients is I get them to check in with their photos every single week. They also have to fill out a form when they're checking in so I can know how they're doing, so I know how their week went. So just like I mentioned with creating yourself a list and then pictures or videos to track your physical progress, this is going to hold you accountable to your goals, the actions over your words. Number 8 is going to be spend 1 to 2 hours per week meal prepping, planning and prepping. So this task alone is going to help you make life so much easier. I realized that for me today, because today is the weekend when I'm filming this. It's Saturday, and today I was meal prepping a little bit of food. I went to the grocery store yesterday. I try not to go to the grocery store Friday to Sunday, but during the week it was New Year's, so I'm not going to go when it's busy. I'm not going to go to any locations when it's busy and crowded. I do not like being in crowds or just in long lineups. I like wasting my time and wasting my day. So I like to plan ahead of time. I like to prepare ahead of time. So today I cut up my veggies, I cut up my salmon, I cut up my chicken. I went through a list. So another thing that is really important is making sure that you plan out your meals. And your meals need to align with the goals that you have. The meals that you're going to be consuming need to align with the goals that you have to be physically well, to feel good in your body, to not have any breakouts, to not be bloated. Your food that you purchase and that you're cooking up in your home or ordering from a meal prep service need to align with the goals that you have. And so we're going to the grocery store because my fridge is due for a restock, and let me show you guys. Like, there's nothing crazy in here. I have my chicken. Let me see if you guys can see. So I have my chicken. I have chicken that I'm thawing out that I'm gonna cook later for my partner. I've shown you guys before, like, I like to cut up my chicken and then throw it into the freezer. That way I don't cut up and cook throughout the week. I have a little bit of zucchini. Left, and down here we still have a little bit more veggies. I've got these big avocados, and I was showing you guys on my community tab that I cut a half of an avocado, but that is just because, like, the avocado was so big, and I'm in Canada, and so this is the half of the avocado, and I'm gonna make my breakfast very soon here. We got some blueberries left. I had blueberries and grapes this week, last week, I guess. We love Diet Coke in this house, and I eat a lot of egg whites and eggs. I have a lot of dates. I got this really big box. At Costco, like, in December. I may have to share it with some of my clients because this is a lot of dates. And yeah, so I have, like, cooked food and everything that is, like, cooked and ready for, like, the next few days, but I'm gonna go to the grocery store now so I don't have to go to the grocery store when I don't have any food. God is so good that he provides us to have the right amount of food that is holding us here, right? You got to be grateful. We don't waste in this house, and we like to eat our food. We got a lot of almonds. Over here, we got almonds, almond butter, healthy fats, the eggs, avocado, healthy fats, almond milk, and I'm really loving to cook with a lot of beef broth and chicken broth and vegetable broth. And so we're gonna, and my lemon juice. And this is my favorite lemon juice. And this is the lemon juice that I have in the mornings, and I believe it's almost empty. So I'm gonna grab one of these today. And then this is my favorite sauce. And it's almost empty. I don't have to grab it today, but I probably will. We'll see. And now we're gonna make our grocery list. So it's really important for you to know what kind of meats you want to, what kind of proteins you want to eat the next week for you and your family. I want to have salmon and chicken. So today I'm gonna pick up, and we're gonna write our list. So today I'm gonna go to Costco, and I'm gonna pick up salmon, and I'm going to pick up some chicken. And then we already have another pack of almonds, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get a pack of Smart Sweets. These are like chewy candies that I like, and they're low in sugar, and I go through a pack per week, and it comes with 6. And so yeah, one day I can survive without them, but I love having those in my cubby just because I have a sweet tooth, and that is a really good fix for me. We're good on egg whites. I'm gonna pick up some eggs. because we eat a lot of eggs in this house. Also, when I'm baking and stuff, I also text myself this list. So me writing it down on paper is like, ooh. I made a list of all of the foods that I needed to re-up on, any items in my house that I needed to re-up on, any stores that I needed to go to grab anything that my house may have needed. And that is what we did really quickly on Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'm pretty much spending my time at home. I think I'm going to go to a coffee shop a little bit later, or maybe go and watch a movie. Not really sure. The weekends, we just relax and chill. And then Monday to Friday, we have a structured schedule. So I like to plan and prepare on the weekends so that in the week, I'm like focused, and then the weekends, I have more of a relaxed schedule. It's going to take you about 1 to 2 hours to prep your food. I like to pre-cut my veggies, pre-cut my meats, pre-cut every vegetables, wash my fruits, wash everything, and then I just put it back into the fridge. I don't cook my meals for the entire week. I like to cook twice a week because I like my food fresh as possible. Freshest meal that I'll have per day is breakfast. And then from that, it's going to be warm and go. And that is okay for me. You have to just create meals that you're going to enjoy eating. If I'm feeling to have a grilled cheese sandwich, then I just make sure that I work it around my carbs and make sure that if I'm having bread as my carbs, then I'm going to increase my veggies, my fiber during my dinner, and increase my protein as well. I'm still going to eat carbs for dinner, most likely, but it won't be the same portion amount since now I'm having bread. And yeah, if you don't really understand too much about macros, I would highly recommend investing into a coach that can actually teach you for your specific body type and your specific goals. That is something that you could work towards saving towards, if it doesn't financially align with you currently. But definitely all coaches had a coach. I've had coaches during my phase of bodybuilding or recomp. And I also had coaches during times where I needed a lot of discipline and accountability, and I couldn't do that for me being a coach. There's sometimes when coaches need coaches, and there's most times where if you don't know where to begin or what works for your body, then you definitely are going to need guidance. Number 9 is going to be strength training at least 3 to 5 times a week. Now, if you haven't already checked out my second page, Stronger with Shen, then I highly encourage you to go and check it out and try out my workouts. I will be posting workouts for at the gym and at home. However, I know that there's a high need for workouts with no equipment, but I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. You're not going to see that much results in terms of building muscle. Like, you may lose weight, you may get a little bit stronger, but you're not going to see a huge result. You're not going to see huge results from just training body weight. You need to incorporate weights into your home or into the gym. And so strength training is so important to build muscle. As you age, you become way more fragile, and your muscle mass also starts to decrease. So imagine if you're not adding on muscle mass right now, what are you doing? You're only deteriorating over time, and you're not going to like what you look like as you age. Wouldn't you rather become your sexier self, your healthier self, stronger self over time as you get older? I've seen women in their 70s and their 80s, and they're full of muscle, and they're full of energy, and they're full of positive bursts of energy because they train their body. They're not afraid to pick up any weight. They're not afraid to challenge themselves. I am so inspired by those women because I want to age gracefully. I want to age well. I want to be strong. I don't want to be flimsy or fragile. So don't be afraid of using weights. Strength training is so important. Not only does it boost your metabolism, improves your body composition, but it also supports long-term health, the longevity of your overall health. And that is what we want. That is what we're working towards. Everything you do today is going to add up to who you become in the future. What you can do now, your future, you will be so grateful for right now, what you do right now. If you don't know where to begin, I've mentioned so many times, join classes. Go to your local gyms, ask questions, or if you find a trainer and you're kind of interested in their programs or services, then reach out to them. Currently, for the month of January, I am not taking any new clients, but as of February 1st, I will reopen a few spots in February. Honestly, guys, weight training is going to have you building muscle and burning body fat. Try and incorporate strength training, moving your body beyond your step goals, beyond our cardiovascular health goals. I need you to also be doing your push-ups, doing your sit-ups, doing your crunches, doing your squats, doing your lunges, getting your joints and your bones stronger. You should not be walking around with lower back pain, aches, or bad knees, or bad shoulders, or being lopsided because you sleep on one side. You should really be focused on becoming the best version of yourself and really do something about your pain. Do something about your bloating. Do something about being unhappy about your body and stop sitting in it. Find a solution. There are tons of resources out there in the world. Utilize it. Do not let another year pass and you walk into another year feeling unhappy and stuck. I need you to try something. Remember I said learn something per day? You could spend 15 minutes doing research or having a call with a personal trainer or even taking a walk to your local gym and asking questions or finding the best gym that's going to be suitable for you. Even if you commit for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, commit to it and get out of your shell and go and do something. If you say you're going to do workout programs online, I need you to get up. I need you to commit to doing those programs. It's a non-negotiable for who you want to become before the end of Q1. Number 10 is going to be go over your weekly spending so you can make sure that you stay on track of your goals. When you regularly track your spending, this ensures that your financial action aligns with your long-term goals. I remember I mentioned tracking your spending during my 30-day challenge, but now that we're in 2025 and we have new goals, or maybe we have old goals that we really want to revisit in 2025 and actually commit to or stick to, then yeah, let's make it a habit to sit down weekly for at least 15 to 30 minutes to go over your weekly spending. Because I know I've had many clients, they spend a lot of money on takeout, constantly ordering takeout, wondering why they're not seeing results. And I'm like, are you looking? Are you even tracking how often you're using these apps? How often you're going out or going through drive-thrus? You don't actually realize sometimes because by the time you get to the end of the week, you're so exhausted and distracted that you don't even know what you spent your time, your money, or your energy on last week. And so how do you expect to move forward if you aren't tracking anything that you're doing, right? So I need you to track your spending, track what you're spending money on, and make sure what you're spending your money on aligns who you want to become and what you want to have in your life, in your reality. So in 2025, we are setting aside 15 to 20 minutes weekly at the end of each week to hold ourselves accountable, to take our progress pictures. I did 30 minutes. Also going through the checklist of the goals that are daily tasks that we needed to get done Monday to Friday. And then also financially checking up on your bank account and calling yourself out if you were overspending or spending on things and foods and items that you weren't supposed to be buying in the first place, or eating in the first place, or drinking in the first place. Use a budgeting tool on your phone, on your laptop, or you can write it down on paper. I remember there was a time where I had a budgeting book, but honestly, do what works for you. Everything that you do here on out has to align with who you want to become. It's all about being intentional with the actions, choices, with your mindset, with how you spend your time, your energy, and just everything about you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and a like, comment, share down below. I will see you guys down below, and I will see you on our walking pad. Let's go. I think I want to jog it out. If you're ready to make 2025 your most successful year yet, then join me on the walking pad. Let's increase. I want to see some motion in 2025. All action, no words. All action, baby. Let's go. Work up a sweat with me. Let's go.